Today, I want to talk to you about looking backwards in order to look forwards. Good day. How you doing? My name is Matthew Ewell from Leading with Nice, where we want to help you inspire others, build loyalty, and get results. This video is actually inspired. We're currently working on a course because we've been asked to produce it by visitors to our website and by emails we get on discovering your purpose, finding your why, a lot of those phrases. And we actually have a system that we've developed. We've taken some of the best ideas from different arenas and put it together in this course to help people, teams, and organizations discover their reason for being. There's a great Mark Twain quote that I love. The two most important days of your life is the day you are born and the day you discover why. So today I want to talk to you about just a little high-level overview of one of the topics we discuss in the Discovering Your Purpose to Find Your Why course. It's about looking back in order to look into the future. So one of the questions that you want to ask yourself is, when have I been at my best? Or if you're a team, when have we been at our best? And what you want to do is start making a list. And I would say, this is actually one of the longer parts of the project, because depending on how old you are, or how long you've been around, in your past might be a long time. However, what I'm going to recommend you do is look in the past 10 to 12 years and ask yourself, when have I been at my best? And so what we're looking for here is just not when I was the most successful, when did I win the most awards or have my greatest achievements. Now, those might be some of those times. But when were you doing things? What were those times? What were those incidents where you felt, this felt really good. I really liked it. And sometimes what I often discover when I've been working one-on-one with an individual or when we've been working with teams is that oftentimes they're saying, this didn't have the biggest impact on the bottom line, or this wasn't recognized company-wide, or I didn't get awards and accolades for this, but it was really good and there is real value, which is sometimes hard to articulate, which is why this exercise is so good. You can't simply do it by looking at a balance sheet or looking at a timeline or historical documents. So start putting down on a piece of paper or in a Google Doc or something, just listing these times when you have been at your best. So after you've done this process, you'll want to have a good dozen, even 24 of these times. The next step is to figure out some sort of scoring system for yourself. In the course, we talk about a way to do it, but you can, for right now, just figure out some sort of scoring system, because what you want to do is give each of those times a measurement, because one time you've been at your best might have been much more impactful or meaningful than another time. Now, they're both at your best, but one just had more oomph to it, more something a bit better. So once you've done that, the next thing and the last step to do when looking back is to start extracting truth from each of those times. So what was true? What was happening in your life? What was going on around you? What made it so valuable? So you're looking outside and inside. And finally, what you'll soon discover, and if you've done this process, what you'll soon discover is that there are themes, there are constants, there are things that are always the same. And what you do with those themes, those constants, is you look for opportunities to build those into the future. So what exercises, what goals, what tasks, what new programs are we launching? And how are we going to ensure that these things that we've discovered that are true about when we were at our best in the past are true going forward? Now, I want to give you an example. We worked with a client about 2 years ago, and they're a community organization, and we asked, when were you at your best? And they talked about when they used to participate in their community's Canada Day parade. And I asked, well, what happened that this is not happening anymore, just out of curiosity. And the person who organized it and led it, he moved. That was it. So when he moved, nobody else took on the torch. And so immediately somebody said, oh, you know what? We've got to do that Canada Day parade, be in that again. And people looked around, they're like, oh, okay, like, yeah, that sounds right. But like, immediately, it was very clear nobody wanted to own that. Nobody wanted to take on that project or coordinate. So, I was pretty confident that they would immediately say, oh, we should just go and replicate what we've done in the past. And then I was pretty confident that nobody would want to step up and do it. There's a reason it stopped happening in the first place. So we started having a conversation about what made it so great. Why were they at their best? And without going through all the details, one of the most significant pieces they discovered is that 75% of the people in the room, there's about 30 people in this conversation, had come or become first aware of this community organization because of this parade. And that is hard to track on a sheet somewhere. It certainly wouldn't show up on the balance sheet. And so one of the reasons that they're at their best is because it gave members of the association a chance to be in the community, talking with people that also lived in the community, to find common bonds, to share their common beliefs, to extol the values that they held in common. And that drew people towards their organization. And so when they looked forward, how are they going to build in opportunities for members of the organization to be in community? Now, what that might look like for them is maybe it means that there are other groups in that community that this organization would make it possible for their leaders to be involved. Maybe sit on a board of a charity in the community. Maybe it would be about using their facility to host community events or those meetings. There's lots of possibilities, but I like to say they extracted the DNA from when they were at their best in the past, and they can embed it going forward. Now, there's a lot more to this process. We haven't, as I'm recording this video, we haven't finished and launched the Discover Your Purpose, Find Your Way. You haven't come up with a great name for it yet, but hopefully by the time we've released this video and you're watching it, we have information on how you can take it on our website. So check out leadingwithnice.com. We do have more on this topic and this theme, and you can read more on our blog and find out more. Or also the course will be available online shortly. If not, you can sign up to be notified. Or we'd love to come and work with your organization, company, association, nonprofit, charity, to help you really dig out this DNA and embed it in future plans going forward, and give you a plan and a structure to make sure that you are taking where you've been at your best and embedding that into your future. Again, leadingwithnice.com for more. Thanks very much. I hope you have a great day.